So I recently attended the Anthropic Hackathon. It was held on February 10th. It's basically just a hackathon to market their Opus 4.6 models. They gave us $500 in credits and just told us to build something cool. Out of 13,000 applicants, only 500 got picked. It's a virtual hackathon, so they held it in Discord. It's pretty cool. It was one of my first hackathons, and I really enjoyed it. So I want to make this video to show you guys what I made in the hackathon. I really liked it, even though it didn't win, but I think it was a pretty cool idea. So we have a lot to jump into, and let's get started. So here's the landing page. Essentially what it is, you kind of have to have some type of medical healthcare administration knowledge. You can think of it as inputs and outputs. The input is clinical data. This could be patient data when the doctor writes down your notes, writes down notes about you. They send it off to a healthcare administration person. This person converts those into diagnosis codes. This is essentially how the insurance company evaluates the price of that diagnosis. So the hard part is there's so many codes. There's around 62,000 just in ICD-10s. There's even more as you go. That's the hard part here. And there's people that go to school for this. It's a whole industry, and that's what makes healthcare so expensive, is because there's this whole administrative loop behind the scenes of, yes, we have to pay the people to actually assign these codes and submit the claims to the insurance company so the hospital gets paid. So enough of that. We are going to try it. So in my demo, I essentially, ideally you would want to integrate this with the healthcare administration record system. They call it EHR, but I just made it copy and paste for, I guess, simplicity. But essentially, this is this is the example I showed in the demo. So we'll run that off. It's just mock data for now, and behind the scenes, it's going to go through a lot of stages, and it's cross-referencing a lot of database that we ingested behind the scenes, and then it's mapping stuff. So it's almost done. We're going to see, as you can see, it is web searched. We weren't allowed to use AMA codes and everything, so we have to rely on web search for certain codes because they're copyrighted by a certain company. But it's almost done here. So this is what you get. This is the user interface. You might not be familiar with it if you're not a medical coder, but I'm going to try to explain it. But essentially what you do is you have line items here. This is the CPT codes from the clinical notes. So this is what the AI model thinks is the CPT codes, and right here is the diagnosis codes. These are ICD-10 codes. These are codes that are sent to the insurance payer. And then there's sources to back them up, PDFs to do that. So essentially what you're seeing here is at the top is the risk. So how much risk does this claim have if we were to send it to the payer right now? And that's $330. One of the reasons is because there's an age and sex mismatch. I found that in the clinical notes that there is a age mismatch. And what we can do is we can have the AI fix it for us. And it's checking the age, and boom, remove the line item. And it can give you also other tips as well to fix it. See, and it changed the score up here. So we're only at $180 at risk. And you can imagine how much money this is going to save if you have a human in the loop as well. Of like $330 doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're doing these at scale, if you're inpatient, it gets very expensive. So at the bottom, you can see there's opportunity. This opportunity is essentially stuff the doctor is leaving on the table that they can bill the payer. So what we can do is we can do learn more, and it's going to add a line item up here, and it's going to take advantage of the opportunity, and it's fixed it. Boom. And the thing is, we can keep track up here at the risk score to make sure we don't really have anything at risk when we send this to the payer. So the optimization function here is essentially trying to reduce as much risk as possible here. And then once you find that, you can iterate with Claude to make sure there's no more risk. And yeah, that's essentially it. And then once you're done, you can download or send it to your EHR. And here's one thing I want to show you guys is the notes. There's a notes tab here. So this is the original notes that were pasted in. And what we can see is that we have this underline highlighted, and this is the actual thing that was diagnosed, why it was diagnosed. There was a code assigned to this, basically this sentence here, and the rationale of why it chose that code for this note. And you can go through and just see like why it chose this. And you have a lot of sources to back up that claim. within our database. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun just being with a lot of people that share the same values and get a lot of energy through building stuff. It was amazing. So yeah, tell me in the comments if you like it or not. Yeah.